Crocs World and I go way back, as Crocs World 1 to 3 plus the Run spin-off have all featured on the channel throughout the years in various game reviews and BS Trophy episodes, with my last look at Croc being in episode 136 for Crocs World 3. The games were all BS, but at least I was happy, safe in the knowledge that I'd played all of these terrible games and that it was finally over. Until one day I discovered that Crocs World 4 is a thing, and it actually exists. Yes, they made Crocs World 4.
No! God, please, no! No!
Croc returns for a new platforming adventure. Yes! No, not that guy, sadly. Though all may not be lost, as maybe now a Crocs World game will finally include a Platinum trophy. Well, no, they effed out too, as Crocs World 4 comes with a pitiful 10 trophies, 3 bronze, 6 silver and 1 gold trophy for collecting all the 168 stars found in the game. Who needs a Platinum trophy when you can have a shiny gold one? You mean to tell me we've got 5 games now and still no Platinum trophy? Come here, you lot. Oh, this is gonna suck, isn't it? So Croc returns again for a 4th platforming adventure, which still has no story and that same annoying music, so seeing as it has no plot, I decided to make my own. After Crocs World 3 flopped, Croc was left with massive debts and turned to drink to cope, until one day a knock at the door revealed that Croc had a kid who he'd now have to look after. So desperate for money to feed himself and his kid, Croc went back out to work trying to get rid of the unsold copies of Crocs World 3, but all any passers-by were interested in was the cute baby Croc, which gave Croc an idea for the 4th game that would be a guaranteed money maker. So Croc and his baby ran across town to find Roo, who had wisely invested his CW3 fee in a burger van. He told his friend all about his idea for a new game with the baby as the 3rd playable character. Roo loved it and agreed to fund the project, and so our hero set out on another world adventure. Crocs World 4 probably has the best level design of the series so far, to be fair, as some of the levels can be quite big with vertical and horizontal platforming, and while the game reuses the same woodland, snow, desert and underground themes as the past games, these levels do at least feel a little more alive and complex, but nothing here gets close to actually being good, fun or engaging like a Mario platformer. Unlike Crocs World though, I'm not going to retread over the same crap I talked about in past games. So if you're wondering about the music, the power-ups, the enemy types and platforming, go and check out those past videos on Crocs World 1 to 3 and Run instead. Here I'm just going to focus on the new stuff in Crocs World 4. So one of the first things I noticed was Croc 4 amazingly features a few tutorial pop-ups that explain Croc's new moves. Yep, that's right, after 4 games they finally expanded on his moveset, and now just like Mario you can wall jump and do a butt stomp to smash things and land on enemies. Both work well enough I guess, but the wall jump does make the camera jerk each time you jump off a wall, which can be a little bit jarring. I don't really know how they messed that up. And the butt stomp. Oh man, I have a little bit of a problem with this too, as it doesn't continue when you smash through something, instead it just cancels the move, which doesn't really feel that satisfying, especially when you compare it to how the move works in Mario. Another new feature of the game is the cannons which Croc and friends can jump into in order to launch them right up into the air, allowing them to grab out of reach stars. The cannons are clearly a Donkey Kong Country ripoff, but like everything else in the game, it's half-baked and it doesn't really work that well. You'll never really be bouncing across the map into each cannon and doing anything fun like that, so they're kind of just like, they're there, but it's like, yeah, great, you've got it, but it doesn't really work as well as in other games. So what's the point? You know, That's kind of the feeling you get with a lot of the things in this game. So, Crocs World 4 also introduces vehicles for the first time in the series, allowing Croc to pilot a helicopter and later a submarine, which again sounds great until you actually get in them and play it. Flying the helicopter is just really awkward. You have to sort of tap the button to keep yourself going up with momentum in the air, and if you ever exit the chopper, you'll just lose the vehicle instantly, as it will then crash, and you can't like jump back into it. Like, you can't just jump off and jump back in. It's a one-use thing, and this helicopter has like a giant hitbox where if you collide with any of the terrain or the enemies just once, the vehicle is destroyed and you've lost it. And having it be a one-hit only vehicle just ruins any fun to be had with these vehicles, as it's so easy to crash into something and instantly lose the vehicle in a level. For example, in level 54, this is a level where you absolutely need the helicopter in order to beat the level, as you need to fly upwards to the exit, and it's an absolute shambles, honestly. The level is surrounded by these two walls either side of the screen, and if you hit into them, the helicopter is destroyed, so it's just really hard to move around and dodge all of these bees and avoid the walls without getting hit. And when you do eventually crash, you'll fall back down to the bottom of the level, and then there's no way to beat it now because the game doesn't think to spawn in another helicopter, so your only option here is to just jump off the edge, kill yourself and restart the level. And I also noticed this stupid glitch in this level where you can actually disappear while in the chopper if you fly too close to the bottom of the screen. I think it sort of kills the sprite but not you, which just makes the level even harder to beat because you can't see where you are then as you're flying around. And this isn't the only level that requires the helicopter to beat it, and others have the same problem of being impossible to complete once you lose that chopper. The submarine doesn't fare much better despite having the ability to fire torpedoes. It's again a one-hit and it's destroyed vehicle, and the levels in have a lot of mines for you to destroy or navigate around, which will likely result in you losing it right away and just having to try and quickly swim through the rest of the level, though you'll probably end up drowning anyway because Croc can only hold his breath for so long, and a lot of these levels are like a labyrinth of tunnels that you have to swim through. So again, these just aren't fun. And whenever I had a submarine level, I kind of just rolled my eyes. There's also a new level type in Crocs World 4, the auto-scroller, which is where Croc is chased by some like killer bees or some other enemy type, and it forces you to just keep moving through the level. These levels tend to play out just like any other one, but with this annoying gimmick attached to it that forces you to just rush through it. But the levels are never intense and exciting as the bees are fairly slow, and you don't really have any like challenging platforming sections and obstacles for you to move around and overcome, so the chase thing just ends up being pretty dull. While you'll primarily play as Croc in this game, Crocs World 4 introduces these character blocks that allow you to swap between the three characters mid-level when you smash them. Usually these are placed just beside a character-specific obstacle that you need to pass, such as a small tunnel that only the baby can go through, or a series of blocks across a bottomless pit that only Roo, with his longer and higher jump, can reach. The baby character, though, is by far the worst one in the game, as they can only really go through these small gaps, and they can't really do anything else, so that has to be one of the worst power-ups since Wrath of Cortex's tiptoe ability. Bosses also return in Crocs World 4, and like in past games, they are still really underwhelming and not very good. The mosquito boss shoots small spikes with big hitboxes that are hard to dodge, making him an annoying one to fight. The grizzly bear boss fight, however, can be glitched by sticking to this wall, where you can just avoid the fight completely, as the bear hates you being up there so much that he just freaks out and ends up killing himself. It's crazy. There's also a giant snail boss that's just going F off. And the final boss of the whole entire game is a submarine. Yep, the epic final fight is you versus this angry mole beaver that you've never really seen before in the game, who's in a submarine, and the boss fight kind of plays out like that supersonic boss fight in Sonic 3 and Knuckles on the Mega Drive, only underwater, with you redirecting the missiles back to him in the submarine. The problem is though that the area you are in for this level is halved, as the metal blocks fill up around 50% of the screen, leaving just a real small area with water for you to move around in, so trying to wriggle around while still dodging missiles is just made even more awkward than it should have been. And then once you finally defeat the submarine, you then just simply climb out of the pool, walk down some steps to end the game. Oh, and there is of course no ending, you are just dumped back right to the title screen. So again, I've decided to make my own ending to this epic saga. It was launch day for Crocs World 4, but nobody turned up to see our heroes, until Rue saw a crowd of people in the distance running towards them. With cash in their hands, Croc thought that finally he was about to hit the big time, only for all of the people to run right past our heroes and into the game shop behind them. Wondering what was going on, Croc walked up to the window to look inside, only to find that other Croc in there was launching his remastered game on the same day. No, Croc cried, and as he lay on the floor, crying over another failed adventure, his son held him and said he enjoyed his adventure with his dad. This made Croc swell with pride. Me too, he said, as the three heroes ventured home to replay their game together. The end. In terms of the trophies, they are all dull and really easy to get, requiring you to just beat each island, complete the game, and also get all of the stars. There's a bunch of trophies for getting so many stars throughout the game, and there's also a trophy for getting 3 stars in a single level. But in this game, the stars are just found in the levels themselves instead of having them be time and kill requirements like before. So in Crocs World 4, they're just really easy to get. Even getting all 168 stars is made super easy by the fact that the developers messed up and left in a debug cheat code allowing you to instantly complete any level with the maximum 3 stars. Yep, that's right. How this was missed, I don't know. Or maybe they just didn't care, but if you're in any level and you just happen to hold down all of the shoulder buttons, for example L1, R1, L2, R2, you will instantly just beat the level and get 3 stars. It's so dumb. Why is this here? I just don't get it. What the hell are they thinking? And it makes getting 100% in the game just really easy, and the fact that it's just casually left here just shows that the devs just likely didn't give a fuck. Well, Crocs World 4 will hopefully be the last one in the series on PlayStation, but who knows, number 5 is probably lurking in the darkness somewhere. But until that rears its ugly head, all that's left to do is give Crocs World 4 its final BS trophy rating. So for having a dull and uninspired trophy list with a debug cheat menu allowing you to easily cheese the trophies, and for being a bit of a glitchy, unpolished game with no platinum trophy available yet again, the Crocs World 4 trophy list earns a BS trophy rating of 8 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have you played this game or any of the Crocs World series? What did you think of them? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.